Welcome back to another episode of The Session. I'm your host, Marie-Jeanne Paquet, and as you know, The Session is a series of interviews with people who are active on the Montreal jazz scene, whether that be teachers, venue owners, artists, you name it, and I just want to go and meet them and get their opinions and also promote what they do on a platform like a podcast. So thank you so much for being here, and if you have just 1 second, please take the time to either subscribe to this or share it with a friend if you think they would be interested in hearing what these guys have to say. And that's it. Let's get into the episode. So today I am joined by the three Grove boys. Hi guys, how's it going?
Bon matin.
What's up?
Yeah.
So Grove, from what I gather, is one of the most interesting hip-hop jams that are happening in Montreal right now. It's happening every Wednesdays at Turbo Haüs, which is the venue of Sergio that I interviewed a couple episodes ago. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. He's so funny. How did you guys meet Sergio? Which one of you guys did first?
Not me.
None of us, actually.
Yeah.
Nobody met Sergio? You still don't know who he is, actually.
We were running the jam with another human who's no longer with us. They're not dead, but, you know.
But they're not with us.
That being said, they kind of hooked all that up, and then Sergio met us and was like, I love them. They are mine now. And that's it. That's the story.
That's beautiful. So, okay, pretend I'm like a 5-year-old who has no idea about anything in the Montreal music scene. Can you explain to me what is Grove and what is its like intended purpose?
Shane, you want to take this one?
Yeah.
You're like, I do not.
Sure. Well, Grove is first and foremost a jam session. So for anyone who doesn't know, jam session is a place where musicians can go and essentially sign up to play with other musicians they've never met or have met, but you never know. And the idea is that you're kind of improvising. It's kind of it's always been a really important thing in the like musician culture. You know, since like going back to the jazz times, like the bebop era and whatnot. And like, yeah, that's essentially what it is. People come, they talk to me, they get on stage, play with people they never met before, and make something happen, hopefully.
Beautiful. And what would be the initial, like, what's the initial thing that made you want to start this? Because I know that there's like a long lineage of, the Cypher,
Yeah,
Maison
that's
21
exactly what made
all
us
of
wanna
that
start
stuff.
this.
But
Literally that.
why did you make it your own different thing? What?
So Le Cypher was happening at Bleury, and then Bleury closed down, changed owners. And so the new owners actually called me and they were like, yo, you want to start a thing at New Bleury, basically? And I was like, as long as it's not on a Thursday. And they're like, how about Wednesday? And I was like, all right. And 7 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's still Wednesday.
Okay.
It's every single Wednesday.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask about that actually, because that's crazy. Hey,
Yeah.
first of all, what? I don't think I know anybody else that has like a weekly gig that has that like that range of artists, and also that like just like it's huge.
Consistency.
It works.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. How do you go about like either booking I know you guys are always basically there. It's always, you're a part of it every single time pretty much.
Yeah.
But how do you go, because it's never exactly the same band.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
I do most of the booking when it comes to like the house band stuff. I'm the MD.
Shane, MD,
Okay.
Yeah.
musical director.
So-
He's not a medical doctor.
Yeah, definitely not.
That's funny.
But
He can prescribe you some jazz.
Just like, some drums.
I mean, I'm mostly just asking friends and people who are at the jam in the community, people who are like really present in the scene. And I'm not really looking or searching for people who are necessarily like huge outside of the thing. It's very much a community thing. You know, it's people that pull up to the jam. They should be the ones who are playing in the band.
If anything, people ask us to be in house band more often than the other way around. You
Oh,
know?
no way.
They're
Okay,
they're like, yo,
okay.
can we please get a set in? Like, and
It's a lot of people, and there's only
It's
so
not that
many
deep.
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
When do you think it's overwhelming? You're like, chill.
There are only 50 Wednesdays a year, and we're not that cool, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just a jam. Like,
I know, but I think people see the line on the street and they see like you guys like hyped up on stage and they're like, this is big.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I know, like from your perspective, you're probably like, it's another Wednesday, dude. It's my like 700th Wednesday.
Yeah, like,
And we
kinda.
remember the
It's-
days where there were 4 people in the room, so it's same. Cheers and booze go through the same way in my head. So
At this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, it was just musicians and like whoever was gonna support them.
yeah,
Yeah.
family members,
Yeah.
partners, homies,
My
classmates.
mom was there.
Yeah. Your mom was there?
My mom
That's
was there.
beautiful.
Yep.
That's
Pops
beautiful.
too. Pops too.
Yeah, you gotta have that support.
Got it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to. I mean, I was talking to Sergio, and he was like, "Yeah, like at the beginning, how did you guys kind of grew this through COVID too,
Mhm.
which is kind of insane. How
Oh, God.
how was that for you guys? Like, did you see it? Because it started before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way
Did you see
before.
it? You must have seen. I mean, there's
Well,
a huge break,
Yeah.
or like somewhat
More or
of a
less.
break.
I mean, I just brought all my gear to the park and we just kept getting after it.
Yeah.
Just-
We did
Okay, so
some
Grove
social
at the park.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Socially distanced jams at the park.
Mhm.
And then we moved when things were like allowed to be inside. There was like seated masks on, like
Mhm.
you know, capacity things.
Mhm.
We moved the jam like into Turbo Haüs, and
Yeah.
we had like everyone had to sit down, and if you stood up, you had to wear a mask. And there was like 25 seats in the room. And as soon as we started doing that, people really wanted to like
Well,
be
I'm
at
sure.
things.
people would
They
reserve
wanted
in
People are
advance,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. So we
Please
were.
let me out of my house.
Yeah.
We ended up
Mhm.
being booked like 5 or 6 weeks in advance. Like if you wanted to come on a Wednesday, you couldn't just come next Wednesday. You'd have to come in a month and a half.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, low key. But also
But still,
the
yeah.
vibe must have been
bit, yeah.
weird.
It was weird. It was
Yeah.
super weird. It was more like it
Because
was.
you're trying to cheer on like you guys are so hyped.
It's like, all right,
It's
like-
everybody, let's dance. Wait, no, let's
It's like,
don't dance.
Please stay in your seat. Stay away from each other. Try not to exhale too hard. It's like terrible. It's really weird
yeah, like
playing
if you
for
take a
people
sip,
sitting.
take a fast sip, and
yeah, exactly. Mask down, mask up. Okay.
oh my god,
But it didn't feel much like a jam session at that time. Like we did have some jams, and it was still like improvised.
Mm.
But like we don't do this so that we can play on stage for.
Well, no, I
For
mean,
6
you guys
hours.
have been around a couple times at this point. Like,
Yeah.
it's more. I guess it's more about featuring other people.
It kind of is, you know, just like the opportunity to play with others and stuff, and have others, you know, play with each other
Get
and do
some
the thing.
new musical moments.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hiring your friends.
There's some really nice moments in there. I mean, I went through like your Instagram videos and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to clarify something. This is literally just for me, but there's Grove, there's Dust Gang, and there's the Many.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Okay.
wait,
What?
can I
I
take
got-
this
I-
one?
Yeah,
Let's do it in order.
Okay.
Okay, Grove is an event. Turbo Haüs is a bar. Dust Gang is a band
And a record company.
and a record company. Now you know, and the Many is also a band that existed before Dust Gang, and the collective and members are virtually the same.
Okay, so it kind of evolved into Dust Gang.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. So
More, yeah.
it started with my homie Fred Daston, our main bassist. He and I
There's
made
the dust. He's the
He's
dust.
the dust
He's the
of the
dust.
gang.
He's
The
Exactly.
dust
the
that glues
dust.
everything
Exactly
together.
that. When the
Beautiful.
dust settles, there will be dust. So that being said,
Guarantee that.
we made a couple beats in my room upstairs from Blurry at the time, actually.
Yeah.
And from there, we were just like, well, this is forever. And
Yeah.
just kept playing music together and being friends, and all the gangery ensued. And that was it.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense because I was I mean, I guess it's a little confusing.
It
guys.
is. People
Get it
often
together, guys.
book us. People want to book us as Grove because they don't necessarily get the link that Grove is an event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So in
exactly.
a
Okay,
lot
so
of
now we
people's
know
heads-
it's just an event.
Yeah.
You're booking Dust Gang basically.
Yeah. Grove is the idea of like, you know, it's like a party type vibe, right? And we do Grove in Granby as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next Saturday?
But even that's not Grove. That's a Dust Gang show, and they're like, that's
slapped
the
Grove
Grove.
on it.
Grove
Boys.
Granby makes so much sense, and it rolls off the tongue.
Grove Granby.
It makes sense. Like,
Alliteration goes a long way.
we love
All
that.
day.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, how did that happen? The Louis Pub, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the plug there?
The
They
owner
found
of
us.
Louis Pop, actually.
They reached out?
Yeah, they reached out.
That's sick.
And Shane was like, this message is in French, Shem, can you handle it? And I was like, yeah, I got it. And now we've just been with them.
That's awesome. So you've done this multiple times.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a
Yeah.
year. If
Well,
not
we had a
more.
residency last summer
Yeah.
every month, and now we've
Yep.
been doing it every other month since
Yeah, pretty
February,
much.
since the
Since
Super Bowl.
yeah.
They're great.
That's great.
Oh,
And
they're
so
great.
you
They're
have
the
a
best.
crowd. You have it's either a Dust crowd or a Grove crowd, but you have a crowd in Granby now.
We have
Yeah,
a crowd
yeah,
in Granby.
they're
We got
awesome.
folks in Granby.
Shout out to Spin Limit, real life. Like,
Yo, shout out to Jerry the barber
Yeah,
too. Oh
that's
my
right.
god.
Jerry, Jerry.
Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Much love, Jay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask also, because the three of you guys are I understand you're doing the booking, but apart from that, how do you split the work? Because I mean, there's videos being posted, there's bands being booked. I mean, you guys are on the stage physically. There's a bunch of stuff that's going on. So how does that?
So I do the booking, and then Shem does the DJ booking.
Yeah.
It's also like the main host. Like Shem and Marcus are going to be like on stage.
Yeah.
most of the
Active
night.
during the event. And then when it comes to all like bureaucracy stuff, we just kind of we're all in the
Split
same
it.
group chat.
Yeah.
And we'll just like
Yeah.
I'll delete the emails 1 month and he'll reply to this one and we'll just
Yeah.
So
Some
it's
of
very
free-flowing.
random. Yeah.
it's free flowing. We have a really good system in place where we all have
Yeah.
things that we know we do,
Mm-hmm.
and then like there's open things that we're all like sharing the responsibility of all the time. Payrolls and whatnot, like all the lame stuff no one wants to hear about when it comes to band stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Like chasing after Sergio with a spiky bat to make sure we get the check. You know, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
Nice.
Wednesdays.
Just give them the eyes
Yeah.
with no blink.
No, but then it's there's a lot about it that like isn't kind of what you just see on the Wednesday night, right?
That's where I want to get to, because getting 2 people to agree is hard. Getting 3 people to agree on a whole, like, this is a big endeavor at this point.
We're one person.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't. It's literally
You share a
2.5.
brain cell?
I barely talk to him.
They don't have to talk. We just do it out loud sometimes for Shane.
Yeah,
So you just
and
kind of
for
look at
others
each
on
other.
stage, you know.
For the
Right.
cameras.
Okay, so apart from that, it's just completely
A
same.
lot of the discussions are Shane and Shem talking and then being like, what do you think Marcus thinks? And then Shem will be like, Marcus is going to say this. And then Shane's like, let me talk to Marcus. And then he talks to me and I
And you say exactly
that. And then it goes the other way around where me and Shane talk about something. And I'm like, Shem is definitely just going to say this. And then
And then you
so-
check.
and then we check. Just be,
Just be sure.
Just-
you know,
You don't want to
some
assume,
respect, you know.
Don't want to assume.
but it works every time.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. That's a great system. I gotta say, sharing a brain cell will help.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, trust.
The 3-man, 2-brain system really works. Yeah.
That's perfect. Otherwise, I wanted to ask also, because I mean, it's a long night. It lasts a long time. People are having fun there. People are drinking. There's got to be some crazy shit that's happened.
Oh yeah, people get potato sacked every once in a while.
What does that mean?
What is that?
You know?
Oh yeah, because they're too drunk, or
Yeah, you know, you just gotta
That
put them
happened
over
like
your shoulder.
once or twice.
Yeah,
Yeah, once or
it's
twice.
good enough for me.
Yeah. We've got great
You're
security.
like, my potato sack count
Yeah,
as
that's
yours.
literally like, you know, there's a Grove birth. Is there going to be a Grove death? Who knows? Like,
There's a Grove birth.
Nah, we don't talk about it too much.
Hold on.
Oh,
Guys,
there are
what?
a few actually.
Okay.
It's happening.
Wait, no, Grove conceptions or
Well,
Grove
no, like,
births?
like people who have met at Grove and went on to have
okay. I
children.
thought you meant people who made a child.
I mean,
Grove.
listen, there was a
Maybe.
broken sink situation. Who knows what will happen in 9 months? I'm, you know.
Jeez.
I mean, Sergio is upfront about people fucking in his bathroom, so
Yeah.
don't do it.
Don't.
That'd be great if they didn't do it
It's
there.
frowned upon.
Oh yeah.
It's frowned upon.
But your tally for Grove births is going
Listen,
up.
I've got a bingo card for this stuff. It's fun.
That's beautiful. Okay. Anything else stupid that's happened?
Yeah, you know, just regular idiot bar stuff.
There's
just
like a certain amount of de-escalation that needs to happen because we're out here, we're working, it's a party, and then you're managing people's expectations
and egos.
and egos. And then
You mean
you
on
have-
stage or off stage?
on
Both.
stage, off stage, people
Yeah.
who want to play music, but they show up late and they don't get to play. And, you know, it's tough trying to squeeze everybody in, and everybody's
Yeah.
coming in to do what they thought they might accomplish that night in front of people or whatever, you know, pretenses.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, sometimes you got to meet somebody when you're in totally different mental spaces because they're like, I'm going to rap or I'm going to play a guitar solo. And you're like, we're going to make a jam happen and try to make it work. And then,
Yeah.
If
And
it happens along
realize-
the way, then good. And then,
Yeah.
you know, how do you, because you guys are you're both MCs and you're in the front. How do you go about being the personality in the front, but also being the like sturdy?
That is my personality. I'll put my foot down no matter what.
Yeah,
You know?
okay.
So real life and like it's not a persona. It's
the same
who I
Shem.
am.
It's the same person.
Yeah.
I'm the same way at 2 p.m., 2 a.m. Doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
well, like, you know, you try to respect everybody because, again, different expectations, different realities. It starts with, like, subtlety and, like, you know, clear
Communication.
communication. So if I can be subtle and very clear about the fact that, like, your time is up on the stage, then the
Like,
people.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hey,
you know,
make some noise for this person that's
Exactly.
no longer doing the thing because I'm talking about it. All right,
Exactly.
bye.
And then you thank them, and if they have the wherewithal to leave, then that's the best case scenario. But if you
Yeah.
thank them and then they just stand there, and then it's like, okay, I gotta level up. You
I
give them
gotta
the hand on
escort
the back and
And the gesture forward.
and then you get the this. But the further you go down this flow chart of get off stage or whatnot, the more the less discretion you have and the more
Which is
straightforwardness.
fine.
Yeah, it's a linear
Like, there's
graph.
a point where if they can't read the freaking room, then it's their problem to get it together.
Reading the room is really just our job,
Yeah.
more or less.
I guess you're right, Al.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, the energy that they have, how much they're willing to
Mhm.
hamp it up for a specific jam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to a different topic. I want to see what you guys think is gonna happen with Grove in the future, because like, this is a solid amount of time you've been doing this for.
Mhm.
Do you have an aim for somewhere to go with it? Do you feel like you want to keep it where it is and just extend it? Or like, what's your vision?
It should die and leave a hole in the hearts of men.
Shane, you want to take this one?
Anytime there's a tough question, I'm gonna pass this one.
Over to Shane.
I mean, it's okay if there isn't. I'm just saying, like, I'm wondering.
There's no
Shane has a
concrete plan,
5-year
yeah.
plan. He's got it all figured out.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I
check
do
it
have
out.
like things I want to do.
Then put it out into the universe. This is the time.
I mean, essentially, Grove being one aspect of what Dust Gang is. Ideally, Dust Gang is releasing and selling music and touring the world at one point.
Ideally.
Ideally, that's like very much the goal.
Yeah.
My personal goal has always been to be on a record that like means something to someone that could like hear what I play and then be like, oh, I want to play music now. Like I'm listening to this and I want to like shed or like, you know.
Yeah.
But for Grove, as like what it is as an event, I think it'd be cool to move to like bigger spaces.
Yep.
Maybe move into doing like a party and jam session at the casino or on cruise ships.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of one vision I have for
break
it.
down the wall next to Turbo Haüs and we take the whole thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Or we buy all Saint Denis.
Yeah, we buy out all of Saint
About the street.
But you know, I mean, the event, as long as people are enjoying it and they pull up, we'll do it in any capacity we can.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine
Yeah,
on any
exactly.
stage.
Yeah.
But that's like really the long-term goal. The idea is that we could do it and have our friends eat food and pay rent. So,
Yeah.
you know, the bigger places we do it, the more friends we could have eat food.
But I tell people all the time, like, unless you're gonna treat us better than Sergio and like pay
Which
us
is hard to do because
consistently,
he's very
like,
nice.
No, that's what I'm
Sergio's the
saying.
best.
Unless you're a better person than he is, good luck getting us. Like that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about feeding your friends. Those are some big bands. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking of
Dusty
the
Brass,
Dusty Brass,
yeah.
dude. What?
That's a
Yeah.
choice.
That's a choice.
Well, yeah, you're definitely not hiring them for the money for the because the cash is getting split.
11 ways, if not more. Yeah.
Yeah, no matter what number you take, like that's a lot of split.
It's not a good split.
Yeah.
But it's like it's
But they
even
sound
cooler.
great.
But
Well,
they,
that's it.
They don't compromise on that. They're
Yeah.
like they're gonna do it, and they put on a great show.
And they work really hard and they practice and like, yeah, Dusty Brass is killing.
you know,
Is
because
Dusty
of
Brass
it,
the same kind of dust? It's the same dust?
it's a
Similar,
derivative of
yeah.
the dust. I mean, it started at Turbo Haüs with Grove as it's Dusty Brass because Dust Gang was like, we're putting on a brass band show, and Danny took leadership for that. She's been doing great. They got all kinds of gigs going on.
Like Jazz Fest.
We got all kinds of gigs going on. They're doing Jazz
I
Fest.
just keep saying they.
I
but
say
yeah,
they
it's
because
us.
like I'm the MC in there with Shem
it's
and Ali
Dusty
and
Brass,
Space.
but you guys are in there.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but it's Danny is the leader of that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
big ups to Danny on that. She works
Yeah.
really hard.
Very
and
nice.
Gets
I'm
us a lot
also-
of gigs.
I'm also like auxiliary second drummer, you know what I mean? And like days Paulo can't do it, I do it.
Yeah.
But usually we're in any opportunity we have, we try to play like 2 drum sets and stuff. But it's
That's
really
so cool too.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's a great vibe.
But it's pretty much Danny's like
It's Danny's
thing.
baby, but
Yeah.
it's from the same dust.
Exactly, because like again, in my brain, Dust Gang is all about like the family tree. You know, it's like we make records, we put on shows, we do art. Like I run a drink and draw, like all that stuff. You know,
Would you call it a collective?
Yeah.
more or less,
more or
you
less.
know?
I was gonna say you guys have music out.
Yeah,
As
lots
the-
of
as
them.
the- yeah, and
a lot of that is just me and Fred in my room making beats. Like that's,
Yeah, I was listening to Seeds.
yeah.
That's
Shout out.
That's
Sprout and Sapling are coming out this summer. Let's get it. It's like a
Oh.
triptych.
custom made cover art,
Sick.
all
Yeah.
that.
Okay, yeah, those little drawings.
And
like,
the
moving
animations,
stuff.
yeah, thank you. I did those
Very
myself.
nice.
Thank you, thank
Very
you.
nice. Very nice. I like it.
Mhm,
But yeah, that's like, dude, it's a trip. Like
Yeah.
it's a 30-minute trip.
And we make tapes, you know? It's not like track 1, track 2. It's like you're in.
yeah,
that's
you're
it.
in, buckle,
Mhm.
Yeah.
sit down, close your eyes.
There's no
Yeah.
skipping tracks.
No, you can skip through it if you want, but you have to find your favorite part and timestamp that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, because
it's not
there's
my
no.
business.
Yeah, it's not your problem.
Yeah.
So that's you and Fred.
Yeah. That's the main DG dust gangery, and if anyone's rapping on it, for the most part, it'll be him.
Okay, very nice.
And then when it
Because you
comes to
produce.
live, yeah, exactly.
Okay, very nice. And then Fred would be playing the bass.
No, he's a producer as
He's
well.
also
He does the
producing it.
drums, the keys. Like
Okay, I
he's,
don't know Fred, so that's why I'm
yeah,
asking.
trust-
Okay.
he's
So-
he's the best. Like without him, there is no dust. You know,
There's
so
His beats are just so
insane.
dusty.
Yeah, he's man.
Yeah.
But yeah, with like my tech skills and his music skills, that's where the beats come from. And
Yeah.
Then there's him.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, so everything is recorded from your place, or do you
Yeah,
guys go into
from
a studio? What is
the
that?
same laptop I've had since like 2016.
Let's say.
I have a new laptop since Christmas, and it's just sitting on my desk gathering dust.
because you don't want to transfer the shit over?
I have everything backed up on 2 hard drives, but I can't stop using this laptop until it literally catches fire.
Okay, sounds good. We'll wait for
Yeah.
that cue.
I'll let you know.
Very nice. Any other, so there's, you said sapling and sprout?
Yeah, seed, sprout, sapling. It's a triptych, so 3 tapes, all low-key thematic, but just about summer vibes and walking through
That's
the park.
very nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's really cool. Speaking of different music, I remember you had Malika Tyrolien on.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that because that's pretty
That
freaking
was
sick.
pretty
I love
awesome.
her. She was really nice. I met her during Jazz Fest last year. She's so kind.
Yeah.
So kind.
That's a
Really sweet
homie
person.
from
Like she
way
had
back.
no idea who I was. I was just like, I want to talk to you. I just had a conversation with her outside of Jesus.
Oh, nice.
She's a person.
She's beautiful and she sings so well. How did that happen?
I used to play with Malika back in Calmunity. So
Okay.
there's like, again, with the family tree of jams, there's Calmunity, then there was Cypher, then there was us. So we're like the grandbaby
Okay,
of this like earlier improv music night.
that was here.
Yeah, it was at Petit Campus every
Yeah, like
Tuesday.
like 20 years ago or something
That's-
now.
for 20 years. Like they stopped right at COVID, I think.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. They just got busy raising families and protecting them. So
which is valid. Okay, so you met Malika then.
yeah, exactly. And I was
So
just
you're the
like,
one that brought her in.
no, I was just a little baby and just hanging out. And then they were like, you're cool. And I was like, you guys are cool. And then we were just all friends in the same band, right? So then at one point, Shane wanted to do this like quartet thing.
It was a Snarky Puppy
It
tribute
was a
night.
Snarky Puppy
Yeah.
night. Yeah, that was it.
Which
was a
is
great night.
fitting.
Yeah,
'Cause she was-
she's
Yeah,
in
exactly.
it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So yeah, I ended up asking her. We're friends with a few people in Nomadic Massive.
Yeah, as well.
Okay,
And she knows quite a few of them, and I just managed to get the
common
plug.
friends
Yeah.
plug.
That's it.
Yeah.
Montreal is not that big. We're just all people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was
People
down.
don't think it works that way though.
No, there's no clout. We're really not that cool. I have to stress it. Like we're just people.
Yeah, you could just ask most people. Like we're all here because we love playing music, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So like before anything else, that's like the
like just
thing.
ask.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
just
lose
ask.
absolutely nothing by asking.
The
Yeah.
worst thing you're gonna get is a no,
That's
and
it.
it's not even that deep.
It's not even that deep.
There's
Yeah.
people that I would think about booking a musician, and I'd be like, they don't want to do that. And then I'll see them around, and they'll be like, yo, if you ever need somebody to play the keys, let me know. And I'm like, I thought you wouldn't want. Okay, so all right. So
So how about
Yeah,
next week?
okay.
you
Like,
realize you should have just asked them because they're awesome and they want to play with you too, but you're not asking.
Yeah, everybody thinks that people don't think they're cool or whatever. There's like a big music is hard on egos, but also builds egos at the same time, which is such a really weird thing to be in. Like people think people are inaccessible, but at the same time, it's such a strange power dynamic. It's trippy, really.
Yeah, I think the whole egotistic musician thing doesn't make much sense. The only real gate there is to being good at music is time.
yeah,
Just play.
Just play, you know?
all the time,
And
forever.
We kind of have this whole thing that we tell people when they come to the jam and they're like, "Oh, I'm not like good enough to play." You know, that's a real thing we get all the time.
All
Like,
the
Yeah.
time.
"Oh, I play, but I would get up, but I'm just not at that level or whatever."
I'm not
Well,
like
I mean,
that guy.
Or I'm not like that guy.
Well, yeah, you see like Cedric and Joseph up there, and you're like, you know,
Yeah.
like you.
But
I get it. I'm coming clean. I've never gone up at Grove. I've been multiple times, and I know that I know how to sing. That's not my problem. My problem is it's a little intimidating.
Once you get up there, you're like, what do I do? Oh no.
Yeah, you're like.
Because I'm like that. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, I want to. Actually, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent just because I can. Fuck, this is my show. I can do it. Okay, how did you guys get into emceeing? Because the best I can do currently in terms of like coming up with words and lyrics and meaning is if I do I'll make up a vocalise. I'll sing the head to a jazz tune, and then I'll do another melody, and I'll just come up with whatever I think on the topic of what the song was initially about. I can do that because like jazz is 32 bars. Like I can muster 32 bars of jazz. But you guys have flows. Like how did you start? Yeah, like how'd you start coming up with that stuff?
Well, it started off in the park.
That's hip hop.
That's hip hop. I guess, I mean, it depends. You know, people get into emceeing for different reasons. There's like rappers there's people who perform, and there's people who don't, and there's people who do both. And in all these ways of going at the craft, you're kind of like in varying levels of intensity, throwing yourself into a fire, and then you have to just like sustain and not get burnt and try to put out heat the whole time. I feel like every time you kind of step on, especially as a vocalist, like in your situation, you're putting yourself in the situation, and now it's weird if you leave the situation, and you have to try to close it off nicely.
Yeah.
And for everybody in the group, and work with everybody in the group, and you kind of just got to throw yourself in there, and you will learn what does and doesn't work, you know?
Based on your own experience. Like, for me, everything's comics and cartoons. Like, I'm literally, half the time, I'm just referencing theme music from every cartoon I've watched from 95 to now. Like,
but that's why you're like undeniable as an MC, is because people watch Shem, and he's not projecting anything he isn't. He's talking about cartoons,
comics, and Tekken,
how long a box of cereal will last in his apartment.
Which is not very long.
Juice, one box is 4 bowls. One box.
You have big bowls at home.
Big bowls.
Small spoon, big bowl.
That should last hours.
Project Runway season 16, I'm in it.
Yeah, I don't know. Getting into MCs, like so much of my youth is just like freestyling and YouTube tabs and beats and loving rap, and it's just like a raw thing. Like you don't need much to play soccer. That's why everybody does it. It's very accessible. So yeah, I don't know. I just like I have my own loves in different types of proficiency of MCing. The right loves.
Real.
Yeah, I don't know. But
no, it's true.
Real hip hop.
Some people are in it for the wrong reasons, and you can smell it.
Yeah. You can tell when someone's coming in there.
And I love it when people pull up with gun bars at the jam. Like, who?
Why?
Who here has a gun? You're like, what do you mean? Like,
you're in Montreal.
The only time I talk about guns is when I say I'm using it like a blunderbuss, an ancient weapon, like that is not being used.
That's because you play mad video games.
Exactly.
Like you're just referencing video games. And that's the thing is like to freestyle endlessly and to constantly generate something to say of, you know, potence or whatever to get people engaged. If you're lying, that becomes so much more difficult because you're just like thinking, what do they want from a rapper? And if you're giving people what you think they want from a rapper, you don't even know what they want from a rapper because they don't even know what they want from a rapper. So your best safest bet.
They're only going to know after you do it.
Exactly. Your safest bet is to just be yourself, and people will either like you or not like you.
Yeah.
And that's just it. So I don't rap about anything I don't do. I don't really rap about ladies or drugs or guns and stuff.
Or taking someone's lady like every rapper.
Why do you want somebody else's girlfriend?
All the time.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
It's such a stereotype.
It's so funny.
Such a stereotype.
So funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, rappers suck. Basically.
They're not honest.
What's the difference between an MC and a rapper? Is that like, do you feel
a
like
rapper
that's...
can press a space bar? An MC has a band. Well, not necessarily. An MC just can handle a room.
A live set.
Yeah. It's like the difference between do you do it or do you not do it. Like you can be a rapper who has records, but like you don't do shows, or your shows are like you kind of just you doing your material.
Or you're doing it on the same exact track.
Exactly. Like I said, space barisms.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with like, you know, rapper and DJ. I think it's played out. That's why I have a band. But that being said,
It's
sorry.
boring, man.
It's boring.
I
That's
want to
what
see like
makes your thing
yeah.
interesting.
It's
Like it's
dynamic.
new every time.
it's
Exactly.
not much of a show if it's your backtrack and you ad-libbing your backtrack and your DJ just being like, yeah.
And your vocals are still playing on the track. Like, what are you
It
doing?
makes me sick.
Yeah.
No, the
But that's
band,
rapperisms,
the
yeah.
music, the
It's just not your
MCing
vibe.
is like holding the room.
Yeah. It comes from the term master of ceremonies, MC, like
Yeah.
the EMC double E, no doubt, you know. So, but yeah, it's mostly about just crowd control and dynamics.
Yeah.
A rapper's talking at you, an MC's talking to you.
Yes. You know who's like underestimated in terms of like holding a crowd? Paulo.
All day.
Paulo
Yeah,
is sick
yeah.
with it, man.
He can have my attention for
Paulo's
48
an
hours.
MC.
All right,
Paulo's an
Paulo's
MC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he
Doesn't
gets a mic.
advertise himself. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
He gets a mic.
Him
None
and
of-
Hanzo, both of them.
Yeah.
Two
It's
drummers that
crazy.
do the thing.
I remember when he was doing that like Marche à Côté gig with Henri Bouchard and
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
there
the PM on
several.
the funky
what was that on
drums?
Fridays?
Yeah.
On Saturdays?
yeah,
And
Fridays.
Tuzi.
And Tuzi, exactly. And like it's a trio setting, right?
Yeah.
And he's just holding it.
Yeah,
And I
we
was
used
like-
to do them
and
with
they're
him.
long
It was
gigs.
that was a long gig.
They're like 4-hour gigs, something stupid.
Yep.
And I remember being like so impressed. I was like, he can play with the dynamics. He breaks it down low, just clap stack, you know. And then he's like telling you a story, and then
He's the best.
like I was like, yeah, like he's an MC. He's not,
Yeah.
you know. That's like
Because it's crowd control.
It is.
Like, you're in the back of the room and you're like, Paulo made it funny, you know?
Yeah.
exactly. He made a funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk about something that I saw recently. Is you guys got like a cymbal sponsorship?
Like a
deal?
partnership.
You wanna take
Partnership.
this one, Shem?
Sick.
Yeah, I think I can.
Love saying that.
No,
I just Paulo drums, drum cymbals.
Yeah.
Philippe Gauthier.
Yeah, exactly.
is that-
PGB.
Is that someone that you met through?
You gotta know.
I've met him.
I'm assuming you're the contact link.
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
the
I'm
drum.
I'm the drum.
He's the drum.
Of liberation.
I met PGB a few years ago because he was selling these really cool cymbals called clap stacks, which
Yeah.
are essentially 4 cymbals stacked on top of each other, and they're like bent, and they sound like an audience clapping.
Very useful.
So
for-
it got really popular, like in the drum world, like 5-6 years ago, and he started posting them online that he was making them, and so I asked him for one, and we've known each other since then, and now he has this whole cymbal company.
That's
It's like
awesome.
pretty big. They're signing some pretty big artists, and so we started a partnership with them literally last night.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god. I'm quick with it then.
Yeah.
I didn't even. I was. I mean, doesn't count, guys. But I was researching you guys for yesterday. So I guess I saw it.
You saw
Yeah.
the post. Yeah, exactly.
Saw the post.
That's so funny.
No, you're up to date. There's your
yeah,
homework.
yeah. I do my homework. Yeah. As I was doing my homework, actually, I saw this like 30-minute video that was made by what's his name? Oh, let me find it. Art Loft Media.
I was gonna say the Quinn video from
Oh
Shell
my
Fest,
God,
But
yeah.
I was twisted and I was like, no.
Wait, is that
one
the
loves
jacket?
me.
That's when
That's
Quinn
the-
went.
I love
Quinn
that
walked around
Shem,
just
you were
interviewing everyone.
you were not blinking.
Nah, I was in it that night. It was
Not a
wild.
single.
Dude,
like,
you were
that
in it
video,
that month.
Yeah, it was Shemfest. It's still Shemfest.
You gotta know.
It doesn't end. Shemfest doesn't end.
Like it's my curse. Like I started this as a joke.
It's
I was
your
like,
ongoing-
we have 5 gigs this week. Haha. It's my birthday this week. Haha. It's Shemfest all year. We're in June. It's still Shemfest. I haven't stopped getting 5 gigs a week. Like
Look,
today I have
that's
2
great.
DJ gigs, and tomorrow 2 more DJ gigs and a brush bag gig
Yeah.
and another gig the day after. Like it's,
That's beautiful though. Are
it's
you
a good
are you
problem.
dying?
no, it's a good problem to have.
Okay, that's
I
good.
don't need sleep. I never have. Like,
Oh
it's fine.
great, just coffee.
No, I barely. Like just on Thursdays, really.
On Thursdays.
I
gotta
mean
get a coffee.
Thursdays. Yeah, Thursdays must be hard days.
No, just we go for breakfast and it's free
Oh,
coffee.
Really? Every single time?
Every
Yeah,
Thursday.
every single
Shout out
Thursday.
to Saint Laurent. We love you.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't have told them
That's such
that.
a nice tradition.
It's been like 2 years.
It's okay. We can edit that out.
That's not 52 times. That's 104 brunches, guys.
Well,
Yeah,
mine
just
is
about,
mine
yeah.
is a few, but
And Shane's
pretty
out of
much.
town or whatever, you know.
I still go.
Yeah, we go.
you
Still
go alone.
I have.
Get the waffle combo number 1.
Gotta- Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out waffle combo number 1. That's quite nice.
Yep. Strawberry banana smoothies all around. Let's get it. Every time.
That's perfect. I wanted to ask you guys. This is these last 2 questions are questions that I ask everyone. I want to get an album. I want to get an album recommendation. Like, what's something that you're like listening to right now that you're like, this is sick.
Let's
You
do
guys
one
should
each.
check. Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all got one off top? Because
You wanna start,
I've got a
Shane?
few.
Oh,
well,
geez.
if Shem is ready,
Shem-
then
Shem's
let
got a few.
The new
Shem
No
start.
Worries, the new Katra,
Yeah.
and the next Dust Gang tape.
Ah, nice plug.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say Black Thought.
I knew it.
I'm gonna say Streams of Thought Volume 1 through 3, and anything Black Thought.
Okay, beautiful.
Just because we played it last night and it is one of my favorite records, Nate Smith,
Yeah.
Kinfolk
I
2.
knew it was going to be some nerdy drum
Mm.
stuff.
Yeah, or Larnell Lewis's new record, or
You basically only have one brain cell, I guess.
Yeah.
More or
Yeah.
less.
you know what? There's this guy,
Give it back.
Jaris Yokley.
Okay.
He's a drummer out of like New York, I think, and
Okay.
he just came out with like a pretty drum centric record, and it's really great.
Good.
Even nerdier drum stuff.
Yeah, so
He's upgrading. That's
This
great.
is your Shayneondrums.
You guys were so on top of it. Sometimes I have people be like, "Can you give me a minute?"
A minute.
Nah.
Nah, I DJ. I'm ready.
Yeah, that's true.
Our
Good
whole
point.
style is not needing any prep time.
Yeah.
It's like anti-Batman.
That's true.
It's the opposite. How much
No.
prep time don't they have? Okay,
Yeah.
they're good.
Wait, I want
That's
to.
lucky
Okay, I'm
good.
gonna literally take a big tangent here, but I'm gonna ask you this question because I took a left turn into health sciences after I graduated from McGill, and I think you have a background in health
I'm
science.
a medical professional.
So
Licensed.
you're a radiologist?
No.
What? Okay, so
A lot of people say that.
Okay.
I'm a radiology technologist. I take the pictures for the radiologist to read. I press the green button.
sick.
Yeah. Whenever
You're
it's green,
very-
I'm just like,
You're really minimizing. What
oh
you
yeah,
do.
I always do.
So
I have a weirder one, but I'm not gonna say it on camera.
Don't do that one.
what?
Don't.
Okay, I'm doing it. I irradiate sick babies for money.
Yeah.
Sick. Yeah, that's an even better way.
See the shock? That's what I'm saying.
It's for them.
This
For
is
them.
Sarah, our
It's for
video
them,
tech.
yeah.
She's dying in the back. Okay, so can we talk about
Need to know what's going on in the sick babies. It's
Yeah.
just
We
it
need to
sounds
see what's
worse than it
happening.
is. You know?
help them?
They're
Yeah.
sick. We need to know why.
We're on a sidewalk. There. What do? I irradiate sick babies for money. I just walk away.
You're like, I don't know him.
They're like, what? Is that like a black market job? Where do you
Might
wait?
as well be.
I press the green button. Babies, money.
You gotta know.
But did you do this? Okay, did you do this before you started music? What?
It's at the same time. I was going to the Cypher, actually, and I was going to Cypher every week. And I had school. Like, I had stage the next morning. So I would just literally, and my mom has a house in Laval. So at the time, it was like, I'm not going back. It's 3 a.m. I'm waiting for the first metro. I've got my bag with me. I'm going to sit upstairs at Bleury apartment and hang out and go to stage in the morning.
Wow. So you really don't need sleep.
I really don't. I used to
Wow.
live with them, ask
It's
them.
terrible. Yeah, we lived together for a few years, and
And he doesn't sleep, does he?
his
No.
schedules are strange.
It's Thursday mornings while watching Grey's Anatomy that I sleep. Like,
yeah.
and
I
if you
love
change the
Grey's
channel, I'm
Anatomy.
gonna yell at you.
Yeah.
Like I'm snoring, but if I hear Bailey crying,
As
I'm
soon as you
up.
change the
Yeah, yeah,
channel,
yeah.
he wakes up like I was watching that.
Yeah.
I'm like you were
were
asleep.
conked out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you did it at the same time as school, and do you still do it
Yeah.
as you also have your music career? That's sick.
To this day, people ask me, "How do you do it?" I don't know.
MCs with jobs.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And
MCs with jobs.
and radiating sick babies
Sick
is also
babies for
a
money.
I
show.
do a lot of things for money. Don't even worry. I make clothing.
You make clothing?
Yeah, I made pants the other day for disco.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep.
So you sew as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sick.
Project Runway season.
I got
You
the-
gotta.
The curtain tote bag.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, it's true. You have that one.
Where's
I just
Aw.
give them out because I'm like, I made 7. I don't need 7. I'm like, you need a tote bag.
That's
It's
nice.
a curtain tote bag.
Okay. Are you both doing music full time?
I'm a floor sander
Okay.
and an MC, so I do like home
So
renovation.
literally dust.
dust.
Dude,
I
you
am the
got that
dustiest
dust.
person you know.
He's
Honestly.
physical dust. There's
His
ethereal
armpits
dust.
are just
Yeah,
gray from
no, like my
dust.
hair is gray at the end of the day. The floor looks perfect. I go do a gig with these guys.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well,
You just graduated from Concordia.
yeah. So I mean, I was in school, and I'm also a full-time musician. You know, like I teach and I gig.
Yeah.
But before I was a full-time musician, I worked at an elementary school for special needs kids, and I
Oh,
did that for like
sick.
years. It was pretty great, and I might be going back, but I have a bunch of shows booked until November, so I'm kind
Yeah,
of.
that can wait.
Until
Yeah.
like 2027. So
But
Shane's the only one of us who's gonna actually be famous. I'm
He's
actively
doing great.
avoiding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, real life.
oof. But yeah, no, I just hit stuff for a living, just
Nice.
playing drums.
In the right order.
Kids.
Not the kids. No, I gotta, yeah.
Shane sends the kids to me.
No.
He bonks them. And
Shane's a
that's-
great teacher. So we lived together for a few years, and I'm in the other room across the hall. He has a great teacher voice.
Yeah. The cake theory.
You are very calm. You give ASMR.
Well, I mean, you asked
I
him.
do
You
have that
said,
vibe.
if I imagine I was a 5-year-old, which was pretty hard for me to do, but for Shane, it must have been a breeze because you heard him.
Yeah.
It made sense.
Yeah. So yeah, teaching was always a thing for me, but
Yeah.
I like gigging.
Well, yeah.
But there's a lot of things that come with being a full-time musician. That's like,
I mean,
You
it's the fluctuation of.
yeah,
It's never. I mean, it's never the same, but it's also never the same.
it's never the same.
So-
Yeah, exactly.
That was so well said.
Exactly. It's so unpredictable. And like I said, I'll have gigs till November, and then November comes around, and there's like nothing left
I know.
and stuff. So
Like I keep doing this thing where I'll like book myself like 3 days worth of work in the same day,
Yeah.
and then I'll have 2 days of me just at my house, like the phone's not ringing, nothing's moving.
Yeah.
What's going? And then I'll have 2 days of like just like
Just
getting-
hustle.
Volatility. It's music.
There's pros and cons to it. I mean, I'm definitely more into it than I was with med school, so it's
Oh, trust.
it's worth it.
I tried to do health science and I was like, wait a second. I want to have a life. I love freedom
That's the thing
and
is that
agency.
with the radio tech job that you do, you don't have to make it your whole personality.
No. And the people that do, like big ups to you, but find something else. Like do more than one thing.
yeah.
I
Like,
think it's important.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the job of the multi-talented to not be understood by the singularly talented. It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Just don't expect people to get it.
No, be unilateral in thought. Go ahead. But me, doing all the things. Staying busy.
Yeah, that's good. I feel that same way. I have like I'm like people really don't like I'm dating right now and it's so fucking weird
Shout
because
out
like
dating.
I'll
Shout out dating. Dating
Tinder.
sucks.
I hate it. It's great. I hate it. And like people don't get it. Like I'll be like, oh, I do this, but I also teach. I was a med student. I own a bus. I just
You own a
like
bus?
rent-
I was gonna say, you on a bus? Let's
I'm-
stop there
I'm-
for a second.
I
What kind
rent-
of bus?
it's like a school bus, like
Like
an old
mixed bus
school.
type thing? Like,
I wish I was mixed
Minibus?
bus. It's a minibus, and we rent it out for people to go on like trips and tours and like
Sick.
So
tiny
cool.
little. It's really cute. People have no fucking idea what that means. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, I had to do a day of work at the bus. They're like, like what do you mean?
At the
So,
bus is a
it's-
strange sentence.
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, because like when I'm working on it, it's stationary. You're like, it's not. So like yeah, but to me, it's so important to be doing more than one thing. That's what killed me about med school. I dropped out.
it's your whole life.
It
There's
was
nothing else.
24/7 living, breathing med.
Yeah.
And that's the dream for a lot of people, and good for them.
Yeah.
But-
Could never.
I felt my soul like just
leaving your
drying out. It was crazy. Anyway, sorry, we really went off.
We're just getting to know each other here on the
Okay.
podcast.
Having a
Yeah,
good
that's
chat.
true. Enjoy, guys. I also have another question. The way that you guys came up was because Sergio recommended you guys as guests.
As the good boys.
The good boys. The three good men.
My dad.
The three good men. Sounds a little biblical.
We're three jolly brothers. I love
Not
that
wise
record.
though. Not
Yeah, not wise, but present. So if I was to ask you guys, what's someone else like that's doing something really cool in Montreal in terms of music that I should know about and that I should ask questions to?
Well,
I was gonna say Hard Body Jones personally, but that's me.
I was gonna say VSL, Vincent.
Oh yeah.
Full
Should
name,
definitely be
VSL?
Vincent
VSO?
Stephen
Yeah, I
Ong,
said
yeah.
L.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause you
L.
thought you
Vincent
said
Ong.
yeah.
No, VSO, Vincent Stephen Ong. I mean, the guy who started Le
The
Cypher.
Cypher, yeah. He'll
Okay.
talk your ear off for the rest of
he's-
forever.
he's
yeah.
good at this.
I think I've met him. I mean, there used to be those like open mics in the park that Leah would
Yeah.
do, and a lot of people would show up to that because it was COVID.
Yeah,
and
Leah
everybody was
rocks.
like,
It was a beautiful
Leah
thing.
rocks. Shout out. She's my roommate.
Yeah.
Big ups. to them.
Yeah.
shout out Leah.
Shout out Leah.
But yeah,
Get Leah
Okay.
here.
Get Leah.
yeah, it's true.
Vincent.
Yeah.
I'd
I
say
like having multiple people. I might ask Leah and Vincent together,
That
just
would be,
because
that
they
would
do
be
like
actually really funny.
they do contrasting different
Yeah.
things. Do they get along? Hopefully
Yeah,
they
sure
get
they
along.
do.
we've been. Yeah.
Okay.
We were
Like,
out for
Pretty sure
coffee not
everyone-
too long ago.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's a good recommendation. Thank you guys.
Pleasure.
That's like all the questions I have for you. I just wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to come here. I really appreciate your input, and you guys are funny as hell. If you guys want to plug anything that's I mean, you have that Granby gig. I don't know what else do you want to
We're
plug.
playing some Jazz Fest. It's Shem Fest all year.
Yep.
Come to Drink and Draw.
Come to Vitrine Fest, July
Yep.
4th.
What is Drink and Draw?
I'll take this one.
Shane, you want to take?
So as I said before, I'm also a DJ, and I really love vinyl records. So Drink and Draw is really just every vinyl place that I can play at. I bring a bag of art supplies, and I try to convince all my art friends for a no pressure art hang, and I just spin my favorite records. And that's it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's all free.
I want to go to that.
Yeah, it's today at 180G and tomorrow at Osmo and Mary's.
Shout out
Pull up.
180G.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love 180G. Oh my
best.
God, the
Very
best.
nice. Beautiful. Okay, well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a great day, guys. Ciao, ciao.
Easy.
Yeah. Wow, that was sick.
Yeah.